We can go live. Right, we're here. Good morning. Sorry, we're a bit late. The internet was playing up. Welcome. They're all online. There's loads of people online. Right, we're beginning seated. Come to a comfortable seat, crossing at the ankles. Right, you guys are okay with the light. Right, it's Tuesday. Welcome, welcome. Maybe sit on a brick this morning just to get yourself nice and heavy in the hips. And then give yourself a nice big shoulder roll. And just notice where the hands want to land. Maybe they're on the knees, middle of the thighs, a bit closer to the hip creases, whatever feels right for you this morning. Then take a moment to ease the shoulders back and down one more time. Take a moment to soften the face, relax the jaw. Notice if the tongue is up on the roof of the mouth and even just settle that down. Aiming to be nice and heavy in the hips. And then lifted and lengthened from the crown of the head. Taking a moment to embrace a few moments of stillness, arriving on your mat this morning. And just notice and observe how you're feeling. What's stirring in the body or the mind. And just place your attention there for a moment. It's not about unpacking it this morning. It's just about building this awareness each time we come to our mats. Every time we settle, it's a little bit different, and it's just acknowledging those differences, listening. It's all about listening, building that relationship with yourself. And then know that you're exactly where you plan to be. The next small part of your morning is just about moving, breathing, spending some time with yourself. So as best as you can, just commit to the next 40 minutes or so. Whenever you feel ready, start to shift your thoughts now to how the breath is. You might already be taking some deep conscious breaths, but if you're not, start to settle the mind, and now just follow the journey of your breath just for a few rounds. How's it feeling and how's it flowing this morning? Can you get each round a little bit deeper, a little bit smoother, a little bit longer? And as you move through the practice, I just want you to stay close to your breath as best as you can. And your mind will inevitably wander into the day ahead or what happened yesterday, blah, blah, blah. But as best as you can, just keep coming back to the breath. That is as much as part of your practice as the movement, if not more important. So take another 5 at least deep conscious breaths here, just settling before we begin to move. Making each one really intentional and just setting yourself up for your practice. Wishing you on a really lovely practice this morning. Good. On your next inhale, just start to blink the eyes open a little. The gaze might be lowered and just kind of focused on a spot in front of you. Let's start to bring the hands to rest at heart center. You can interlace the fingers or you can have a prayer position. And let's just start to move here. So chin to chest as you kind of reach the arms away from you. It's either pointing the prayer away or maybe punching the knuckles forward. Just pause here. Round the shoulders, hollow out the chest, drop the chin. Feel a nice rounding of the upper back. Imagine someone kind of pulling on your wrists. Good. On your next breath, start to release the hands, drop the thumbs, sweep the arms behind you. Do the opposite now. Puff out the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, reach the fingertips behind you. Squeeze and lift. Good. Again, on your next breath in, start to gaze up, reach the arms up nice and high. And now we're like elevating the shoulders. We're reaching as high as we can. We're feeling space in the waist. We're getting the shoulders to touch our ears, making yourself super long. Good. And then exhale back down to where you started. Let it go. Let's do it with the breath now. Inhale, prayer away, chin to chest. Exhale, sweep the fingertips wide. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, back down to where you started. Good, keep going. Inhale, prayer away. Exhale, fingertips wide. Inhale, arms reach up. And then exhale, back down. Good, we've got 2 more like that. Breathe in, reaching away. Really get into the breath and movement now. Exhale, fingertips wide. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, back down. Right, we're going to add on at the end of this one. So when you're ready, inhale, prayer away. Exhale, fingertips wide. Inhale, arms come up. Stay really high and just hook the thumbs here. We're going to start just moving from side to side. So just gently coming to the left and to the right. No rush on these. See if you can just feel that space in the waist. Keep the sit bones grounded on the earth or your brick. Good. And then when you're ready, come back to center. Let's come to the left-hand side. So we're going to float the right hand down and come over to the left. Sorry, you're going to come over to the right, obviously. Stretching the left side. There we go. Good. Reach the top fingers. Maybe move the wrist. Think about those far away places. And maybe even bend and extend the elbow a few times. Nice. And then finally, fingertips on the shoulder and start to just move the shoulder joint. Nice big circles with the elbow. Exaggerating that movement as much as feels comfortable. Good. And then come back to center. Let's go straight to the other side. Same thing. Bottom fingertips come as far out as they need to. Top hand, wrist starts to move. And then the elbow. And then finally those shoulder rolls. Good. Inhale, back to center, arms reach up. Let's float the hands down behind the head and just do some really easy twisting. No rush on these. It's first thing, so go gently. Think about the knees and the belly button still facing forward, and almost the rib cage is twisting. And the elbows are like drawing straight lines around you, yeah? Nice. Inhale, come back to center. Float the fingertips behind you now. Kick out the heels and just start to swish the legs. You might remove bricks and blocks now as you bring the sit bones to the earth. Or clicking. Nice. Great. And then when you're ready, we're going to come to all fours. So tabletop. Cross under the ankles, roll over, and let's find our way to tabletop. Awesome. So remember what you know here. Spread the fingers. Shoulders over the wrists, knees under the hips. And let's start to move around here in any ways that feel good. So you know the story. You can cat-cow, you can swish and sway. We're creating some space in the side body this morning. A little bit of balancing as well today. Good. When you feel ready, come back to stillness. We're going to come straight into a reach with the right heel kicking back and the left arm reaching forward. Now remember, just get yourself steady. If it doesn't feel good, the left fingertips can come down. Only if you feel steady and balanced do we want to reach. And even your left toes, even just tucking those can make a bit of a difference here. Try and keep the hip and shoulder nice and square. So the spine's long, gaze is slightly forward, neck is still long. We're reaching and we're holding for 3. Good, for 2. Listen carefully on 1. Maybe just bring the fingers down to help you out. Create a little kickstand with your left foot, so it's going to come off your mat. You're going to drop the right foot down and come into a side stretch. So the right foot is coming like off the mat behind you. You're reaching the left arm up to the sky and sliding the right hand down the leg. So you can come all the way up. Yeah, great, nice. So again, a little bit more of a side stretch this time. If you want, you can drop the hand down to almost tap the middle part of the back. So you're reaching your elbow up to the sky, really extending. And can you send the left hip almost towards the front of the mat even more? Breathing here for 3. How is the breath when we side stretch? You can get a bit sticky. For 2. Good, on 1, straight to the other side. So back to center and come down almost into a supported side plank. And that bottom hand, it's further along the mat than you think. Top leg might lift and the top arm is going to reach towards the front of the mat. Again, trying to create that nice side stretch, almost like a little crescent shape with the body. Breathing, relaxing top shoulder. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. Let's drop the right foot down. Can the left foot join it as you find a side plank just for 1 big breath in? And then exhale, right hand down into a high plank. Good. Okay, let's stay here. Getting everything warm now. So pushing through the hands, gaze slightly forward, high on the toes, draw up the thighs. Push the floor away for 3. How's the breath here? Exhale for 2. Good, on 1, knees down. Take another breath. Pull the collarbones through a little, soften through the shoulders. You know what we're doing. We're exhaling halfway for 5. We don't miss these. Exhaling halfway for 4. If you need to walk the knees in a little and come here for 3, that's absolutely fine. Soften the elbows, send them back for 2. Good, on 1, we lower all the way down, belly to the floor. Same thing, little lift for 5. So inhale, squeeze and lift for 5. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift and squeeze for 4. So we're trying to reduce the weight in the hands here, lifting for 3. Can you squeeze shoulders together? Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift for 2. Good, final 1. We're just going to hold at the top just for a moment. Maybe hover the hands, draw up the thighs. You can even reach the arms behind you just to check you're really squeezing the shoulders like we did when we were seated. Exhale, forehead down, tuck toes. Toes, knees and hands push into the floor as you come back up to that little half press up position, and then send the hips back and just take a little child's pose here. Come back to the breath. Arms are active, yeah? We're reaching fingertips forward. How's the breath? Let's come back to tabletop. Okay, let's go straight in, other side. So left heel back, right fingertips reaching forward. We're strong here. So be active. The front fingertips are reaching. The back heel is driving away. The hip, the shoulders are all nice and level to the earth. Navel's drawn in slightly. Good, looking strong. We're here for 3. Relax the shoulder for 2. Good. Right fingertips come down, little kickstand with the right foot as you reach the left arm high, and then push off that right hand, float all the way up into your side stretch. So this time, the left fingertips are reaching down, the right fingertips are reaching across. Good. And remember, you can drop that top hand and really start to send the elbow up and over. Get into the side body. Get into the waist. Even start to send the hip to the front of the mat. Lovely, we're here for 3. Exhaling for 2. Good, on 1, come into your supported side plank. So floating the right hand down, back to the top of the mat, further forward than you think, and then start to float the back leg. Top hand can reach towards the front as you start to almost create that nice crescent shape again with the body. Lovely. When you're ready, lifted foot comes down, join the feet together, find a brief side plank, doesn't matter how the feet are stacked, and then as you exhale back to high plank, both hands down. This time, 1 big breath in, exhale the knees and the belly, we come straight to the floor in 1 line. Inhale, we roll the shoulders and lift the chest. Exhale, forehead down, tuck toes. Strong push through the hands, back to that little half press up position. Hips go back, and this time they go high, downward facing dog. Okay, first one, walk it out. Do what you need to. Melt the heels, let the head be heavy. Breathing and just enjoying any movement in your downward facing dog. Nice. When you're ready, look forward. Start to walk the feet to the backs of the wrists. Take a little inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, deeply fold. It's our first forward fold, so you can dangle here. You can grab hold of something. I really don't mind. Whatever feels good this morning for the backs of the legs. The knees are soft. The hips are high. Good, and then you're going to roll up super slowly, super slow, stacking your vertebra one at a time until everything comes up. And then you roll in the shoulders and you're just closing the eyes and taking a few moments standing, feet hip width. And I want you to really start to connect to the feet. Think about the heels, the pads of the toes, the big toe joint, the blade edge of the foot, the arch, the whole of each foot. And then from here, with the eyes closed, you might want to bring your hands into heart center if that feels good, or the hands might come onto the waist, the hips. I really don't mind. I just want you to lean forward into the toes and then lean back into the heels. And so much so that it's okay if the heels lift a little bit as you lean forward. It's okay if the toes lift a bit as you lean back. And even if you step back, it's fine. I almost want you to explore the edges of your feet. So we've only gone forwards and backwards. If you want, you can go a little bit from side to side and just play around with the weight distribution. We're going to heel toe our feet together in a moment like we've got 1 foot. So just get used to having that weight spread over 2 feet. How far can you go back on the heels before you have to step back? How far can you go forward onto the toes before you step forward? Notice if the shoulders have crept up by the ears and the face has got tense. Right, now heel toe your feet together. Again, hands prayer, or maybe hands on the hips. Sometimes hands prayer helps right side and left side kind of meet with a little bit of pressure. And then same thing, you're going to come forward into the toes. You're going to come back to the heels. And now this time you can kind of go all the way over to the blade edge of the right foot, blade edge of the left foot. And just make yourself feel like you're one kind of line of strength from, the center line of your body all the way up through the spine. And you're almost moving in a straight line as you kind of do this little, almost like a little wobble from side to side. Exploring your edges. How far can you go before you have to tip forward? And then with that sense of your edges, come back to center and find like that sweet spot in the middle where it's like, okay, I'm totally centered and balanced by just putting my weight right in the middle. With the eyes maybe open, gaze slightly down, you're going to inhale, lift the heels, and you're going to exhale, come back down. And roll on the feet a little bit. So roll to the toes, lift the heels, and then roll back to the heels. And just keep going. It's an inhale to come up, and it's an exhale to come down. Inhale to come up, exhale to come down. You can guess what's coming. We're going to inhale, stay up. Good. Wobbles are fine. Relax the shoulders, drop the gaze. Can you lift a little higher for 5? Relaxing the shoulders for 4. For 3. How's the breath? For 2. On 1, slowly come down, let it go. I'm going to do the same. You can stick with that or try it with the eyes closed. Feels really scary, but it's fine. You're on your mat, you're on your feet, you're standing. So on your inhale, come up. The legs might just be a bit more wobbly. As you exhale, come down. And just see if you can do 5 to 10 with the eyes closed. On the final 5th one, if you're sticking with 5, maybe you see if you can hold at the top, or you might feel more comfortable just going up and down. So 5 with a hold or 10 up and down without the hold. You might not go as high to begin with, and then the confidence might just increase so that maybe you go a little bit higher. And worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to step forward. It's fine to step forward. Can you press through all of the toes as you lift? If you're trying that hold, give it a go. Last few breaths. Good. When you're ready, just make that your last one. Heel toe the feet back apart now. Sweep the arms. Let's come into a seated chair. Relax the shoulders. Just close the eyes here briefly. Notice how that feels. Equal pressure and weight in both feet. And then blink the eyes back open. See if you can lift one heel and then lift the other heel. Again, staying here, or maybe playing around with closing the eyes. We're here and we're holding with eyes closed, maybe, maybe not, but heels are still lifted. For 3, for 2. Good, on 1, heels down, push the floor away, come all the way to stand. Let's let it go. Hook the thumbs, nice little side stretches, feet together or feet apart, whatever feels good. Nice, well done. Good. Once you've done a few on each side, come back to center. Let's twist. So left arm back, right arm forward, or whichever happens. Inhale back to center. Exhale, other side. Let's just do 2 more on each side. So 3 in total. Breathing in to come up. Breathing out to twist. Breathing in to come up. Breathing out to twist. On this last one, as you inhale, maybe you lift the heels. And then exhale, come back down. Good. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, come back down. Nice. Inhale, lift the heels. Arms come up. We're staying in center for 5, for 4. Reaching, make yourself super long for 3, for two, listen carefully. On one, just drop the left heel, float the arms down. Inhale, the arms are going to come forward as the right knee lifts. Let's start to move now. Exhale, you're going to kick the heel back, almost like you go through a warrior three. Soften the left knee to help you out, and then land the foot to the back of the mat as much as you can. Drop the knee, you're in a low lunge. Good. Okay, so our first one, so just take it easy. I don't mind what you do with the hands. They might come into prayer, low back, arms reaching up, whatever feels good this morning for your low lunge. Soft shoulders. Now notice the placement of the feet. Can you think about the balance now between both feet, the weight distribution? When we are balancing, it's almost like we're wrapping into like an imaginary middle line through the body. Get a sense of that in your postures today. Good. As you exhale, float the arms down, hands to the floor. Yogi's choice. You can step or slide to take your vinyasa. If you're stepping, you're coming to high plank and chaturanga. If you're sliding, you're sticking with knees, belly to the floor. Inhale, little lift and squeeze of the shoulders, or maybe you're in your up dog now, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, 5 breaths here. Let's see how we can get on with a little balance here now. So let's start off with the right fingertips. You're just going to come on to the right fingertips and see how that feels. So it's like we've got a little we're making a little kind of cage with the hands. You can stay here, or if you want, you can start to float the left foot just an inch off the floor. So just a tiny bit off the floor. If your left foot is off the floor and you feel you want to try, start to reach or lift your right fingertips. So both the hand and the foot are just a tiny bit off the floor. We're not kind of floating them up and far away. We're here and we're holding. Breathing for 3. For 2. Good on 1. Hand down, left leg nice and high. 3-legged dog. Well done. So push into the hands. Let's start to move the left ankle. Point, flex. Maybe bend the knee a little bit. Just moving that top leg that's lifted. Good. Take an inhale, lift the leg a little higher. Exhale, roll forward, draw the knee into the chest. We're just going to do 3 of these, building a little bit of strength. Inhale, take the leg back. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest. Good, last one. Breathing in to take it back. And then exhale, knee into the chest, step the foot through. So we're in a high lunge now if it feels okay. So the back knee is going to stay lifted. And again, check in with your balance as you sweep the arms forward and up into your high lunge. Sinking a little bit lower, thinking about that balance, hugging everything into this imaginary midline. Breathing, sinking low, relaxing shoulders, making yourself super long. Nice. Listen carefully. Hands can either come to the hips or prayer, or you might use them to sweep. You're going to lean forward into almost like I call this like a turbo lunge. It's like we're getting ready to go into warrior 3. Okay? But we're not going to go in just yet. You're going to hold for a little bit longer here. Hugging the left hip back. Being light on the back toes. Connect to your back toes. Draw the crown of the head forward. And then when you're ready, little take off. Push through the back toes. We're holding our warrior 3 this time for a count of 5. If you want a little challenge, the arms can reach forward for 4. Drive the back heel away for 3. Stay with me for 2. And now you're going to come to stand. So bring the back leg with you. We're back to kind of where we started. And then exhale, feet down, relax the shoulders. Let it go. Okay, same thing other side. So on an inhale, heels come up, arms reach. Make ourselves super long, high on the toes, soft shoulders. Breathing and reaching for 3. For 2, on 1, just the right heel comes down as the arms float down. Inhale, arms come forward, left knee comes up. Take your time. Exhale, go through a brief warrior 3. And then soften the front knee, land the back foot, land the back knee, Low lunge on this side now. First one on this side. So just take your options. What feels good? Hips forward. This time hug the right hip back, drawing into that midline. Breathing, pulling the rib cage through a little bit. Good. On your next inhale, use the tummy muscles just to come back to center. Exhale, hands to the floor, step or slide. Maybe it's time for chaturanga now, yogi's choice. Take your options. We're meeting in downward facing dog. Breathing in to come through, breathing out to come back. So again, just get settled to begin with. We're going to have a go at that balance on the other side now. So fingertips with the left hand. Start there. Maybe hover the right foot off the floor. And the idea is to really press through the grounded hand and foot. The ones that are floating are just coming a little bit off the earth. If you feel like you can take the left fingertips away, maybe one at a time, have a little go. Nice, good, really good. See if you can hold for 3. Breathing here for 2. On 1, hand down, foot high. Float the right leg high, 3-legged dog. Breathing here, pushing into the hands, lifting that leg nice and high. You know what's coming? Inhale, we lift the leg higher. Exhale, we draw the knee into the chest. Good, you got 2 more like that. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest. Good, last one, inhale back. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest and step the foot through. When you're ready, inhale, high lunge. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Really trying to feel the wobbles, but then kind of suck everything in. Get settled, get strong. It's about having space and length, but then feeling strong. Good, relax the shoulders. Press through front foot, press through back toes. Strong back leg. When you're ready, if you want, with the arms, you're just going to kind of float them back and come into that turbo lunge, where we're leaning into that front leg, pressing into the front foot and light on the back toes. Take a couple more breaths here. And then I just want you to kind of push off, even just like push off the big toe and see if you just float the leg. It should feel like we're just effortlessly floating the leg. Maybe the arms are reaching forward. We're here and we're holding for 3. Really nice. For 2. Good. On 1. Can you come back to stand and bring the leg with you? Reach the arms up. And then exhale, feet together, float the arms. Nice. Good. Okay, let's do that again. A little bit more, 1 breath, 1 movement. Bit of standing split as well in there now. So inhale, let's lift the, hold on, let me think. Let's lift the right knee nice and high. Yeah? Exhale, float the right heel back. There we go. We got it. Inhale, this time straight into a high lunge. Sweep the arms. Good. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step the foot back. Take a vinyasa. Good. Nice. Let's go straight into a 3-legged dog. So left leg nice and high. If you can, with the left leg high now, see if you can walk the right fingertips towards you. So it's almost like the hand is coming underneath the face or the right shoulder. Once you're there, see if you can hover the right hand off the floor. Maybe it stands or holds the hip, yogi's choice. So it's a 3-legged dog with the right hand on the hip maybe. Just for 3, really nice. For 2, good. On 1, right hand back to where it needs to be as you step the left foot straight through. Good. Inhale, high lunge, we come straight in. Exhale, hinge forward into your turbo lunge. Inhale, straight into warrior 3. Exhale, standing split this time. So the hands are going to come down and we're going to fold over that front leg. Bricks are there if you need them. Nice. On your next inhale, can you come all the way up to stand and bring that back leg with you? Same as before, hands in prayer. And this time we're going to send the hip wide and you're going to land in a warrior two. So back of the mat. Just do a couple of flying warriors here to get into that front knee. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Good. 2 more. Breathe in and breathe out. Last one, and we're going to hold. Breathe in and breathe out. Legs stay as they are. Let's do a brief reverse warrior. So flip the front palm, take it back. Enjoy that side stretch. And then when you're ready, back to center. Forearm comes down, hand to hip. So right hand to hip. Same as before, that back foot, we're going to push off it and we're going to find a half moon. So maybe the brick needs to be out in front of you. Yeah, grab that and place it there. And then when you're ready, if you can, jump straight into your half moon. And that hand, just like when we did our supported side plank, it's further along than you think. And you're switching on the side body. You're making yourself long, but also strong. Maybe you float the top hand from the hip. Maybe you challenge yourself by looking up. Either way, we're here for 3. We're here for 2. Listen carefully on 1. Both hands down, another standing split. Just lift the leg high and then exhale, feet together and fold. Well done. Inhale, let's sweep the arms, sink the butt, find a chair, and then exhale, stand tall. Great, well done. Just the left side to go. Inhale, left leg nice and high. You know what's coming. Exhale, float it back. There's no rush here. It's like we're moving through water. Drop the toes, sweep the arms, high lunge. Exhale through your vinyasa. Hands down, step back and lower. Inhale, come forward and through. Exhale, push it back. So again, you've got 5 breaths to play around with that balance if you want. So inhale, right leg nice and high, 3-legged dog. Maybe left fingertips creep in. And you might just stay there. Maybe left fingertips start to lift. Maybe left hand comes to left hip. See how you get on. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. Nice on 1, release, lift the leg higher, look forward, exhale, step the right foot through. Let's come straight in, high lunge, sweep the arms, use the arms to help you. Exhale, hinge forward into that turbo lunge. Inhale, take off, warrior 3. Exhale, standing split. First one, remember you're going to do this again in a second. We'll hold this one. Folding, lifting, breathing, walking the hands back. Head nice and heavy. Good, let's come to stand with control. So soften the standing leg, come all the way up, bring the knee out in front of you, float the arms maybe if that helps, and then exhale like you're stepping like a ninja, go back, warrior 2. 3 flying warriors, inhale, come up, exhale, come down. Lovely, inhale up. Exhale down. Last one, breathe in. And then hold, strong warrior 2s. Look over front fingertips, feel ready for the day ahead. Flip and reach the front palm, scoop it back. Enjoy that side stretch. So you know what's coming. We're going to work into our half moon. So take your time. Inhale, back to center. Focus on the breath. Forearm down, hand to hip. Look forward, past the top edge of your mat, further than you think. And then push off the back foot and see if you can come into your balance. Fingertips to the floor, a brick, whatever's available. But imagine creating space. The hand is further forward. It's underneath the shoulder. The spine is long. The crown of the head is to me. The heel is to the back of the room for 3. Good for 2. On 1, top hand down, a brief standing split. Lift the leg as high as you can. And then exhale, feet together and fold. And we'll stay here. Maybe you're grabbing the big toes. Maybe you're wrapping the forearms around the calf. I don't mind, but we're in a forward fold. Nice. We're meeting in downward dog. So you can either walk your feet there, or you might want to step back and take a vinyasa. Yogi's choice. I really don't mind. Either way, downward dog is where we're meeting. Take a big breath in. Exhale, drop the knees to the floor, tabletop. So a little bit of headstand practice, all that balancing, all that switching on of the whole body. Perfect practice for headstand. So from all fours, remember, you go to whatever stage you want to. You pause at any point. Just really listen. Sometimes it's technique. Everything else is, it really is a lot about technique. You can do it. The strength is there. So walk the hands forward and drop the elbows down. So your elbows are going to come under your shoulders. And you might just stay here. Clasp the hands together, tuck in the baby finger. Now, straight away, if your elbows are wider than your shoulders, bring them in closer. And from here, just push into the forearms and get that sense of broadening the shoulders and the upper back. And what headstand is really is a forearm stand. The head does come down, but this is where the strength is. It's this pushing sensation through the forearms. If you want, open your thumbs up and almost nestle the back of the head in between your thumbs and come onto the crown of the head. And again, you might stay here, but push through the forearms a few times, lift the head off the earth. Notice how that feels. That's what headstand is. If you want to go a bit further, tuck the toes, lift the knees. Notice how that feels. Can you still lift your head off the earth? Can you still push through the forearms? If you feel like you can, walk the feet forward, soften the knees. Come onto the big toes. Bring one foot in, heel to butt. Take a few breaths, switch it out. Stay with those little tucks and holding the heel into the butt. If you feel, forearms feel strong, elbows are close, I'm engaged, upper back is spread. If you feel you can find a little tuck position, you take a little tuck position, you walk the feet a little bit closer, you find a tuck, you lift one foot and then you lift the other. Crown of the head is on the floor, but we've not got too much weight into it. It's the forearms that are doing the work. If you find a little tuck, just hold the tuck, come back down. Once you feel confident in the tuck, that's when the legs start to extend and you can take a few breaths in headstand. But the tuck is the really most important part. You want to get to the point where there's nothing left to do but to float the feet up. Thighs nice and close to the chest. Take as long as you want, just practicing that little tuck. Those final toes feeling like they just want to lift as you push through the forearms. Elbows stay nice and close, remember. Once you've had enough, your counter posture is child's pose. You bring the forehead down, you rest the hands beside the feet, and you let it go. Breathe into the back of the body. Nice. Just take a few more breaths here. When you're ready, hands beside the knees. Just going to slowly roll yourself up. Give yourself a bit of a shoulder roll when you get to the top, or it might be nice even just to take a little full body stretch. Move the spine a little before floating the hands down, coming to kneel. Eyes are closed, hips are heavy. Shoulders are soft, face relaxed. Just taking a few moments of stillness. Back where we started, sitting upright. Doing that little check-in again, noticing how you're feeling. Observing any little shifts or subtle changes. And having that nice kind of almost empowering thought to think that that was all down to me. That was all down to the movement, the focus, the breath. That bit of time I've spent with myself this morning. Chin to chest, little bow down. Sign of gratitude for showing up. To your fellow yogis for joining online in real life. Well done, everyone. Have a great Tuesday. Thanks so much. Thanks. Well done. Headstands are looking good. You're really close. You are.
Do you know what? I think if I practice at home, I think it was like my self-conscious.
Yeah, sometimes in the studio you freak out a little bit and you're like, people are watching. Yeah. I thought because it's quiet. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what I thought. I thought it's quiet today. So well done, yogis online. And literally elbows a little bit close. I was going to come over, but I didn't realise the time.